Lara, just be real with me. Do I have any sort of potential? That is a question that I get a lot when I meet a new singer or new to me singer, at least. They feel a little bit hopeless. They're like, I've tried so many things and I don't know if there's any potential if I'll ever reach my goals, actually carrying a tune and sounding pretty darn good. That is the question that we are here to answer today. And for this little conversation, I have Coach Juliana from our team with me. Hello. Thank you for joining me for this. Is this a question that you also get sometimes where people are like, just be honest with me? Is there any hope?
Yeah, all the time. Like most singers, I think 99.9% of.
Isn't it funny how, like, it's not just singers who are like struggling with matching pitch, right? Like, they're like
No.
way super beginners. It's sometimes singers that I feel like they sound great and they're already doing really great work. And they feel like, I don't know if I have potential. And I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yep, yep, yep. It's wild. Like it's a wild spectrum of that. One of our really cool students, Angelica, hi. Hope you don't mind me sharing the story. But she opened for Rod Stewart in December. And she was prepping like rehearsals and she was like, should I quit? I'm like, no. Like, hello?
I didn't
She's
know that.
no,
Nobody
she's
told
so cool.
me.
No? She's
What?
the coolest. Yeah. And she did great. So as you can see, all levels, we are all very, hard on ourselves.
Yeah, self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, all of the above hits us no matter what level we're currently at.
Yep.
So, if you're a beginner, don't worry, it's not going to get better. No, just kidding. It will get better, and we're here to support you through that. But so the question is like, all right, like, do I have potential? What do you usually say to singers like that?
I think the better question is, do you have the will to practice, to show up, to get better? Because
Mm,
everyone can get better. Absolutely everyone. I've seen miracle cases of people
yeah.
getting better. But if you don't practice, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the structure to be disciplined, then no. It's not a talent
Yeah.
thing. It's a discipline and your strength to show up for yourself.
And that is so hard. I feel like it's so hard for me to show up for myself. It's so much easier for me to show up for my students and help them with their thing. It is so much harder for me to, do the thing that I'm the only person that will profit off of this. It's so much harder for me to do that. And I see this with a lot of singers. They struggle with practicing and that's human, that's normal. But having some sort of accountability can be
Yeah.
super helpful with that.
Yeah. Because if you have a weekly session, or even if it's like once a month, then you have something to look forward to and be like, ooh, I can't show up empty-handed. Because then
Hmm.
you'll feel guilty. And then that's just like not a good feeling that we can have. So it
Yeah.
does help a lot. Even if you have other friends that are musicians or singers and like show your progress, whatever. But it does help.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually when I have a student in front of me that is like feeling a little bit desperate or hopeless or however you want to describe it, or wondering, can I actually do this? Is there any hope for me? Do I have some sort of potential? Usually, what I then like to focus on with these singers is fast wins so that they can see how good they actually already are. And I see a lot of singers out there and even coaches out there as well, when they're working with singers, they dive right into the things that they are
Good.
not
Yeah.
great, right? Like, oh, let's focus on this thing so that once you can do this, you will feel better.
Yeah.
I don't do it this way. I like to focus on the things they're already doing well and help them see the things that they are already doing well so
Yeah.
that we can get rid of this imposter syndrome, because I feel like otherwise we're constantly chasing the next thing and we never feel good enough.
Hmm.
How do you do it?
No, absolutely. I feel like whenever I have a first lesson with a student, it's always like, okay, what are some of your weaknesses or what are some of the challenges you want to focus on? And when once they say that, I'm like, okay, and then what do you like about your voice? Which is usually like, I don't
Yes.
know. And I'm like, okay, let's find out.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think it's important to not start with everything that's negative and wrong because then that's just going to be a very hard hour for them.
Yeah, yeah, and it's so easy for us humans to focus on the negative things, the bad things, and not the things that we can do well.
Yep.
And we just kind of need to retrain the brain to see what we already do well. Because every time we feel inadequate or like we're not good enough, I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on yourself and a lot
Yep.
of like mental pressure and tension. And that translates into physical tension. And then that just makes it harder to get better. It'll take longer to get better. And it's just like not a good time.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
No.
I can think of a, you know, her door. Um,
Yes.
she is prime example of that because she gets in her head so easily, just as many of us do. And she went to the Mexico retreat and she was absolutely paralyzed, scared of singing in front of other people. But once she realized, wait, I like this, I like having fun, and we took the fun aspect and made it big, and we did the karaoke night, that's when like it unlocked for her. And it doesn't
Mhm.
mean that like she stopped being nervous, but like as soon as she did that, she was like, okay, I need to focus on the fun part and like letting go so that the tension
Yeah.
just, starts to dissipate. And then she was freaking killing it. So yeah,
Yes.
it's very here.
Oh my gosh, singing is so, 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 so mental. And I think focusing on your strengths is good no matter where you're at in your journey too,
Mhm.
because your strengths are the thing that will get you the furthest.
Yep.
Right? It's like where your songs will, or should at least, live most of the time because those parts of your voice, your strengths, those are the things that people will be like, wow, this person can really sing. That's amazing. I mean, there's a reason why Adele sings Adele songs and not like Ariana Grande songs, for
Mhm.
example, right? That would be so hard for her. She could probably do it, but she wouldn't sound like the Adele that we know,
Yeah.
right? So it's so important that we understand what our strengths are and live there as much as possible because those will be the strongest parts of your voice. And you always want to highlight the strongest parts of your voice, right? It's like a duh kind of moment, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, a lot of singers are always like, oh no, but I should sing it in the original key and I should go higher or I should be lower. It's like, well, but then what do you actually need? And like, what is your
Hmm.
voice actually like? Where does it feel natural? Where does it feel comfortable? Not where can I push it?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah,
we're just kind of like working forever.
I love your shoe analogy. Can you share
Oh
that with
yeah,
everyone?
yeah. I think song keys are like shoes in the sense that whenever you go and buy shoes, if you see a shoe that you like, you're like, oh my God, I really like those red heels. But they're a size 9 and I'm a size 7. I'm not going to buy the 9 because it won't fit. I'll be swimming in it. I will need to ask for size 7. So, same thing. If I see that the key is in C, but I feel more comfortable in A, I'm not going to sing it in C. I'm going to bring it down to A. So, all songs are moldable to our voice because the song needs to adjust to you, not the other way around.
Yes, and it's so hard to get that into singers' brains because there's so much ego involved in singing. And I mean, I totally understand. Like, I used to be in exactly the same boat. Like, I just wanted to sing just like Christina Aguilera and just like Beyonce and just like all these, amazing singers where I'm like, I want to be able to do these crazy high notes just like them and with as much power and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was my ego that wanted me to get there. But at the end of the day, I feel like a singer's responsibility is to deliver the best possible performance. And that means adjust whatever you need to adjust to your voice so that you sound the best you possibly can, right?
It sounds so easy, but oh my God, is it hard
Yeah.
to tell people that? Yeah, and it's not because you can't do it in the original key, but it's because it's going to sound better in the key that is appropriate for your voice. And it could
Yeah.
be higher, it could be lower. It, depends on the song.
Yeah. What would you say to people out there is like your number one quick little tip to help you sound better fast?
Find your prima voce immediately.
Yes. Woohoo! Yes. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you don't know where that comfy area is, you're gonna spend forever asking why the songs are not sounding good. You know,
Yes.
it's, and seeing like, okay, what stylistic choices can I make within my prima voce that feel natural and will add personality? Like just because Christina's growling doesn't mean I have to growl. Maybe I can
Hmm.
flip instead. Maybe I can add a little run instead. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So just like finding what your voice feels good with. I think it's get to know your voice, introduce it.
Yes, get to know your voice, find that sweet spot, your prima voce, right, in your voice, whether, you're beginning in the beginning phases of your singing journey or already more advanced, because that is where you will perform. So,
Yeah. And
yay.
I know like
Awesome.
very advanced singers that don't sing in the prima voce. I didn't for a long time, and I'm like, why are we so silly?
Oh, I mean, same, same. I was like, even still when I was at Berkeley, I was still singing the wrong songs for my voice because I had an idea of what I wanted my voice to be,
Mm,
and I wanted to just work really hard to make it that a typical grass is greener on the other side moment.
yeah.
And yeah, I just try to make my voice something that I had in my head rather than listening to my voice and see what it really is. And once I started doing that, I started having so much more fun and I liked my sound so much better. And everybody else liked it a lot better when I was singing too. It was just a win 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 situation, but my ego just had to die. That's very dramatic.
Yes, we need it.
Yes, yes, yes. Again, easier said than done,
Yeah.
right? But we try our best. We try our best. Amazing. Thank you, Juliana. I am so excited to see you very soon in person
Yes.
because we will all be in your neck of the woods for our Next Stage Singer event happening on Saturday, March 14th. So if you have not yet gotten your ticket for our event, it'll be a I almost just said 3 day. It'll be a 3 hour event. It's online, so you can attend from wherever you are in the world. It is free to attend as well. And we will dive really deep into how to get the most out of your voice. And so, today what we talked about is just a tiny, tiny, tiny little part of that. We will dig a lot deeper into this topic and other topics that'll help you just really see what is your voice truly capable of, what is your full potential, and help you get there quickly, quickly, as quickly as we can. Anything else that we need to mention, Juliana?
I
I
think
think that's
it's the journey, not the destination. I think that's another good thing to remember
it. Hmm.
because you won't even like realize when you're there. You will
Yeah.
look back and you're like, "Oh, I can do this now." And it's all the daily work that you put into it that actually matters. So
Isn't it
keep
always
at
so
it.
isn't it always so cool to see when you are working with a student and the first song they try it's not quite right, and then you move on to something else, and a few months later you go back to that first song and they're like, "Oh my God, I can sing this song now." It's such a cool
It's
feeling.
beautiful. Yeah, I'm like, there you go.
Yes, it was always within you. We just needed
Yeah.
to unlock it.
Mhm.
And yeah, and that's what our event will be about, to help you figure out how can you unlock that full potential and finally sing all these songs that you want to sing. So be there or be square. But whatever. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Juliana, for joining me today. I will see you very, very soon. And hopefully everybody else will see you at the event. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Bye.